Capricorn. I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your May 2025 monthly tarot reading. This is a big month, Capricorn, as we have big movement in the sky with Saturn finally moving into the sign of Aries. It has been in Pisces for the last 2 years, and this means this is a new 30-year cycle for Saturn. So this is big movement, as well as Venus will return back into Aries. Remember, it was in retrograde, and Pluto retrogrades in the sign of Aquarius. So Capricorn, that's a lot going on here in the month of May. This is going to be a month that we finally have movement after those last few months of retrogrades, eclipse season. So do check the description box below. If you haven't already taken a look at those mid-April to mid-May career readings, I invite you to look at those as well. I will leave the link below. So all the dates are there. Let's get right into it, Capricorn. So you start off the beginning of May with the Queen of Cups in the upright, as well as the Seven of Wands. Busy time for you at the beginning of May. Second week finds you with the Three of Wands, as well as the Moon card. Piscean energy there in the reverse. Definitely could be signifying that move from Saturn moving into the sign of Aries. Four of Cups, third week of May, as well as the Lovers card. Gemini energy there. We are going to have a huge stellium of planets going on in the sign of Gemini. So that's definitely on point there, Capricorn. You're ending the month on a high note with the Ten of Pentacles. Nice to see that. As well as the Page of Cups in the reverse. So already some really nice cards showing up for you, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and pull a card representing the energy that you bring out of April. Spirit, if you can send my Capricorns a card representing that energy that they bring into May. And you have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So in April, Capricorn, really look back and figure out, was there too much going on, too many options, possibly making it so that you were confused or not being able to concentrate on just one option. And I do think for many of you all, Capricorn, April could have been a month of you all really trying to get your footing, whether it's at your job, whether it's at home. There's something here that feels like you were presented with almost too many options and you had, analysis paralysis. So really think through what it is that you can hone in on this month. I do think with that Queen of Cups, that is signifying that you could have some emotional help coming in, but that Seven of Wands, very similar to that Seven of Cups. Too many things going on, Capricorn. So you're really going to want to hone in on concentrating on only a few tasks this month. Let's ask Spirit to send you an oracle message. Spirit, if you can send my Capricorns an oracle message for the month of May. Look at that. You have awareness. Now, very similar to the Magician card, right? The awareness card is, where is it that you are really needing to focus, being able to use all your resources at your disposal, but maybe you aren't aware of everything that you have, Capricorn. And I do think that this is really important for you all this month to focus on where is it that you want to use all of those resources, but also people around you. I do think I am sensing that a lot of you have people that you could be asking questions or asking for advice, but you haven't done that. You haven't formed that awareness, and this is going to be the month to do that. Okay, Capricorn? So don't get too into your own head that you can't ask for help. I do think, Capricorn, you are a very proud sign, and so I can understand it totally. So we begin May with the Seven of Wands, Queen of Cups. This is when we have Mars and Leo exiting its retrograde shadow on the 2nd. Pluto moves retrograde in Aquarius on the 4th. And by time we get to the 6th, Mercury conjunct Chiron in Aries. So this could be a time where you're a little emotionally sensitive. I do think that many of you all are juggling too many things. I said that back here with that Seven of Cups, and Spirit is still saying, drop some of the sticks, drop some of the wands. You are not needing to defend yourself all the time. And if you are, then you need to reassess if these things are all important to you. And especially around that Chiron and Aries time, I do think that you could feel more sensitive, especially if you're feeling like you're the only one carrying all the load. Like I said, this could be at work, this could be at home, but there is this sense here of you needing to drop some of the wands so that you can focus on yourself. And I do think as you come into mid-month, this is going to be more apparent when you start getting into that Scorpio full moon. Here you have this Piscean energy here. In reverse, 3 of Wands. We do have Mercury entering Taurus on the 10th, Scorpio full moon on the 12th. During this time, like I said, I do think sensitivity, you are very emotional at this time, Capricorn, but that moon card is highlighting somewhere that you have had hidden information while you've been trying to plan and strategize. And Spirit is telling you, do not take this personal, but you do need to make sure that you figure out what it is you want and go after it. Don't worry about those who haven't given you all the information, because you are going to find that information or it's going to find you. That is where that awareness is going to come in. And I do think that Scorpio full moon could highlight people who have been possibly leaving information out. I do think that by time you get past that Scorpio full moon, when we come into Venus exiting retrograde shadow on the 16th, the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus on the 17th, you all finally feel something moving. And I do think that that comes from the Gemini energy that comes on the 20th. The Sun enters Gemini. The Lover's card here is that Gemini card. You could be having different opinions from you and your partner, or possibly you and a boss, you and a group of people. There's something here where you have been ignoring or not attending to all of these things that Spirit is telling you you may need to, but you also need to assess whether or not these people are worth your time, whether or not you really want to focus all your energy on whoever this person is or whoever this group of people is. Now remember, this is also when Saturn enters Aries on May 24th, and it will be there until August 31st. So Saturn in Aries is a brand new sense of where is it that we need to be putting more of our energy into action, and not just talking about it, but also learning from those lessons. So pay attention what happens to you, Capricorn, around that 3rd week of May. Now, by the time we are ending May, this is really nice to see. This is when we are going to have all this energy in Gemini. We have the Sun there. We now have Mercury there. Gemini, new moon on the 26th. And the Sun will conjunct Mercury in Gemini on the 30th. So from May 20th until the 30th, nothing but Gemini energy. And remember, you got that Lover's card. So I do think that there's some kind of family conversations going on. I do think possibly if you are in a household where one of you could be taking on a new job, taking on a new responsibility, really pay attention to who it is that you have possibly been ignoring, or emotional support that has been coming in that you have been ignoring, because Spirit is telling you they may be the key to you either getting a different job, more resources for your family. There's something here around family resources and conversations really being on a high by time you end May and head into June. So that's really nice to see for you, Capricorn. So overall, Capricorn, this really looks like this month of you really figuring out what it is that you want, honing in on those exact things, and not being so all over the place and scattered that you're not really strategizing. And I do think that by the time you get to that Scorpio full moon and Gemini new moon, you really are going to start realizing there's something here around communication, working with people, and then what you need to let go of and what people you need to let go of in order to move forward into June with some type of happy family monetary news. So I hope this was helpful for you, Capricorn. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series, and I'll talk to you later.